Hello, I'm Jessica Aksher, College and Career Coordinator for Thurston High School. This is a 4-part series for our incoming seniors. In this first video, we are going to talk about post-graduation plans and the different options that you have. When you graduate and you think about the next steps in your life, there's a few options that you can think about. The first area that we're going to talk about are trade schools and apprenticeships and kind of what those look like. So you can start thinking about and planning for those now. Another option is the military. We're going to look at the different branches and talk about how to connect you with those recruiters. For some of you, going straight into the workforce is an option, and so we'll talk about that as well. And our last area that we'll focus on is college. In this video, there won't be as much information on the college, but in our future videos, there'll be a lot more to come. Okay, so let's dive into it. The first thing I want to share with you is an opportunity that we have at our school called Aspire. That's a mentor program where we have people come to our school to meet one-on-one with students. They can help with a variety of things to help them prepare for their life after they graduate. So college planning, resume building, career and job search, volunteer opportunities, applying for scholarships, financial aid, and much more. So that obviously looks a little bit different right now, but it's definitely something that you should look into, and we are looking at ways to provide different resources virtually for you. So step one is planning. It's really a lot of what you're going to be doing over the next several months. And one tool that I highly recommend is using Naviance. Now, I know Naviance might not be your favorite thing to use, but it is a great resource. In there, you can find college and career planning tools, your graduation requirements. There's a list of all the scholarships and ways to track your admissions, places that you have applied, been accepted, and so much more. Start thinking about different careers that you might be interested in, whether you want to go into education or plumbing or in the military. Start thinking about those things now rather than waiting for the fall. Okay, the more you can plan right now, the better setup you're going to be. We will talk about researching college and kind of looking at that virtually over the next few months as well. So let's talk about trade schools. So trade schools are things for like massage therapy, cosmetology, truck driving, diesel mechanic. There are different schools for each of those type of careers and so many others. So that's something that you're going to want to research and learn about now so you can kind of start thinking about where you want to go, figure out what that looks like. All of these fields are going to require additional education, additional training. So it's important to learn about that information now so you can start planning, okay? Apprenticeships, LCC has an amazing apprenticeship program. And what apprenticeship is basically where you're working for a company during the day, you're getting paid, and then they're paying you in the evenings to actually go to school. And that's so you can get your journeyman card. So I will tell you that applications for that happen in the fall, and there is a huge list of applicants for that. So sometimes it does take time to get into that program, and it is based on a point system. So understanding that point system and realizing that you might not be able to get into that right away, and coming up with a plan to help you get into that. And we have some great resources and relationships with LCC that I'm happy to connect you with. And there's a lot of information on the LCC apprenticeship website. So I would recommend start looking at that now. If you have questions, let me know and we'll work through it together. So if you're interested in going into the military, I'd love to be able to connect you with one of our recruiters. And I highly recommend talking to multiple because there is differences and there are limits in how many recruits and things like that. So we have the Air Force, Navy, the Army, the Marines, and the National Guard all of those recruiters come to our school and we have great relationships. We have former students that have committed to them and are serving our country, and it is definitely something that I support and want to support you on. In our next few videos, we're going to be talking about college. So we're not going to be talking about those so much today. But if you have questions about any of the things that we talked about today, please feel free to reach out to me. My email is below. Thanks so much.